So the first time we've done this zip, the zip broke, so I'm gonna do a second one again for you. Basically what we're gonna do is attach this zip on. Now I actually changed the foot and stuff on the machine because the first time I'd already attached this on using an ordinary foot, and what we're going to do is we're going to attach this just ordinarily. So the way we're going to attach this zip is in the side seam, and right way facing, we're just going to seam on the outer side of the zip. So I'm going to do two seams on this zip. The first one is just on the outer side. The final one we're going to do later on. Now unfortunately I couldn't get the similar color, so we're having to go for a slightly creamier shade, but it doesn't matter. It's an invisible zip where much of this is going to get covered up. Okay, so the second time I'm just going to turn this over, and we're going to make sure that the two seams that are so we're going to place this down. And then we're going to place the one to be zipped on top, matching the seams of the bodice seam to seam. I'm just putting a pin in here so we don't make a mistake of being one more than the other, and then measure this down. And then just seam it across. So we're going to do this in two goes. The first one just being an outer seam. Once we're closer to open up the zip and place the groove of the foot inside where the invisible zip is to be sewn, and then opening the zip up as we go along, we do the secondary seam. So that's the secondary seam now we've done, and hopefully when the zip is closed, most of that secondary seam will cover the edges of the zip. So that's just one side. Now we're going to go on to doing the other side. We're going to leave the zip open, and we're going to follow and place the zip slightly ajar, and following with the groove of the machine, we're just gonna follow this through. Try and close the zip now. Make sure it doesn't catch. That's the invisible zip attached on. It's a very marginal, because of the color difference, you can very marginally see, but because of the embroidery is quite similar, it's not going to make any difference. So I'm going to change, the back of this is slightly longer, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the excess away after stitching the sides up. So make sure that the side panels match first of all. So I'm going to chain the foot back up and do the side seams, and then finish the neck off before I close this off. Now the neck, I've done the seams, I've got to just trim into it, notch it and press it, and just basically do hand tarpai and then go on to the next stage, which is going to be trimming away this excess and hopefully doing the final seaming.